In this week's episode, we chat about taking blues on holiday, where you want to go if you want a bum in a sauna, and who would win in a race, me or Jordan. Welcome, you girls ready? To episode 53 of the No Rep podcast.
It's 53, I just
It is 53 because I checked. How are we, lads? How we doing?
I'm good. How's you? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We've been lazy. Couldn't be arsed. Sickies or
too many fans. I get sick of it.
Yeah, too much. It's hard being so famous.
That is.
And so well known.
And
among the 100 listeners.
And East Kilbride.
And my gym.
And the gym that we train at.
And that's it. No, we've had a couple of holidays in that, haven't we? And we all decided to go on holiday.
Same time.
About the same time.
Consecutively, week on week.
So was it you went away? No, you went away?
Then I went away, then you went away.
That's right. Where'd you go?
I was abroad, question mark?
No, you were North Coast, innit?
Yes, I was. Yep, continue, sorry.
How was that?
I've been in so many holidays this year, I forgot.
Life is going well then. Evan can't fucking keep track how many holidays he's going on.
North Coast 500. Absolutely.
I actually thought you'd done it last year.
No,
you just went up north last year.
We just went up to the Isle of Harris last year, also fucking insane. But we've done a wee bit of the west portion of the NC 500. It was sick. Absolutely amazing.
Me and Katie did it during COVID when there was like a slight reduction in or release of it. You're free for a little bit. You can go.
You're kind of free.
So you can go at your radius. But we fucking...
So we went up to, I think we kind of based ourselves in Kinlochbervie, which is a tiny wee village. And the roads are mad, man. It's like proper, like, tiny, and there's loads of camper vans, obviously, all the damn tourists kicking about. So we based ourselves in Kinlochbervie, and then we went up to Durness, we went to Ullapool, we went to done like the Smoo Caves and all that sort of stuff.
Did you camp?
No, but we got a cottage, but it was amazing. It was phenomenal.
So you got cottage and then went to a place, came back to cottage?
Yeah, Amanda's pregnant and that. Do you know what I mean? So we booked this before we knew we were pregnant.
Oh, really?
But it was probably better that that we did have a wee base, because you would literally walk out the cottage down a hill, and then we were at this massive white sandy beach that was dead because it wasn't one of the
famous ones.
It wasn't one of the famous ones, and there was no one else on it. It was incredible.
Magic.
Yeah. It was absolutely incredible.
I love that.
How was your holiday?
Amazing.
Was it?
Oh, no long enough.
No long
enough. Could still be on holiday.
I had blues sitting in a hotel before we left.
Did you? You must have been out your nut then.
Oh no, I'm just don't touch the size of me, bro. Yeah, you touch the size.
So just to clarify, you weren't on blues.
I had holiday blues.
Oh right, you had holiday blues.
I had holiday blues, man. Dana, where's my blues? I had holiday blues sitting in a hotel. Genuine fucking was like, I'm so gutted to be going home. It was just such a nice place. Palma City, man. One of my favourite places I've ever been. Loved it. Went through to Solaire for the day and all that.
I seen that on a wee train.
Really cool,
it's class,
man. It's fucking cool as fuck. I felt like I was back in the 30s or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like sitting there on the train was so old, like something like Harry Potter or something. I don't know. It's
weird.
Such a cool wee train. The place is just stunning, man. Stunning. You're just walking about, taking all in, kind of in awe of the place. Weather was fantastic. Paella was fucking off the chain.
Did you go to El Camino?
No.
Did you manage to go?
No, I didn't, because you met. I seen it when I was back. Do you know,
I've just put two and two together and realised you were at the same place.
Yeah, well,
same island.
Kinda.
Same island, but I was in Palma a few months back. Again, so many holidays, can't keep count. We were in Palma a few months back, but then went back to Mallorca.
Beautiful. Mallorca's one of my favourite places, I think. You know that?
As for me, I used to think it was like
Maga.
Just the Maga
Santa
strip.
Ponza, and that's it. Like, you used to think it was just a pure
same
shithole, but there's so many beautiful wee parts of it.
There really is.
So many beautiful bits.
The people are great and all. Really nice. The Mallorquinos.
Mallorquinos.
That's what they're called now, the Mallorquinos.
Did you go into the big fucking, what's it called?
Cathedral.
Cathedral?
No, we never went in it.
Wow, man.
I just stayed outside it.
Wow.
Because see, the thing is, right, I do this with most famous landmarks. So like you go and visit the Vatican, or you go and visit like what's another one?
The Colosseum.
The Eiffel Tower. You go visit name the location. They're always better standing outside the building looking at it than actually in it. See when you're in the Eiffel Tower and you're up it and you're like, oh, this is a view of us. I can see buildings. Whereas like you're actually better being in a building looking at the Eiffel Tower.
Appreciating it.
You know what I mean? It's like that's what is it? I've heard the thing before. And it's like, would you rather live in a mansion with a view of the slums, or would you rather live in the slums with a view of a mansion? And it's like, what would you rather look at?
I'd probably rather be.
I know that's a bit of a weird example, but
I've heard that.
I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just more to look at and more to take in. So I always find that actually, so at the cathedral or the Vatican, I like looked at it rather and be like, I get the general gist of this. I'm going to now bounce around, stand in a queue for an hour and a half.
I know what you mean. But inside, it was worth it, man. I'm usually quite underwhelmed, as well with shit, but that was cool, man. Actually. That was cool.
Oh, shout out, pal.
What about your most recent getaway?
Majorca again. So Kate's been 3 times this year.
Fucking loves it. Can't get enough.
Just loves it.
See, can't 2.5.
Those wee Mallorquinos.
Mate, the flight is
short flight,
rapid, man.
Wild.
So, yeah, we went there. We stayed in a place called Celine, which is like just full of fucking Spanish folk, not very touristy at all. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's full of Spanish folk since Spain.
Spanish town full of Spanish people.
You think that?
So we went there, and then there was just like a kind of wee strip of like 7 restaurants and bars, and it was dirt cheap. Like dirt cheap. I'm talking €1.50 for a grande cerveza.
Cerveza.
Grande cerveza, por favor. Estrella, sí. Grande cerveza,
Muy
por
bien.
favor. Dos. €3. I was like, oh, he's only charged me for 1? No, 2. Mental. So it was dead cheap.
I love shit
Food
like
was
that.
reasonably priced. I went into this restaurant actually and I wanted tapas, and then I seen the price of a T-bone steak and I thought, I'm going to get that. So I got a T-bone steak for like lunch and shit.
Did they keep the bone marrow in?
Oh, okay, it was in the bone. It's T-bone
Did
steak.
you eat the bone marrow out?
No, no, you can't really do that with a T-bone
Can
steak.
you know?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, you can't really do that with a T-bone steak.
Can you know?
No.
I think a lamb shank.
Are you?
Aye, man.
I don't know if you are either.
No, I'm
Naming cuts
lamb
of meat.
shank, and some people keep the bone marrow in, and they'll like some chefs will take
I've
it
had
out,
bone marrow
they'll
before.
take
Like,
it out, put flavour and seasoning in it, and then put it back into the bone. You eat the steak, and then you'll get in with a spoon. and
That gives me a wee
spoon
bit of the
it.
heebie-jeebies.
No, bone marrow's
lovely,
nice.
man.
Is it class?
Really
I had a
nice.
bone marrow. I went to a restaurant called The Merchant in Merchant City, funnily enough, a steak
Aye.
restaurant. And then one of the starters was like bone marrow. So they scooped out all the bone marrow, or they cooked it, scooped it out, and then put like butter, herbs, onions, and all that through it, and then put it back in the bone
Onions.
and served it. It was fucking magic.
Gorgeous, man.
But anyway, so holiday was good. We picked a wedding venue
Oh, you did?
as well.
Very
Yeah.
fucking exciting.
Brilliant.
So she only booked 2. So we booked 2, and then I actually kind of preferred the first one. She preferred the second one. So we're going with the second one.
So you compromised.
That's
and
it.
went with the
So
second
we
one.
compromised and went with the second one. Because I just realised, I was like, obviously I care, but like, I don't care that much.
Aye. As much
do you know what
as
I mean?
Katie
Yeah.
probably does.
Like they're both fucking really nice.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like they're both stunning venues. So I'm like, I don't care that much.
Aye.
So
Brilliant, man.
fuck it. The second
2
one,
years now to get
2 years. Yeah. If anybody wants to sign up to Gain Line,
help the boy out. You got a
the
wedding to
wedding.
pay
Get a
for.
wish list.
I have a wedding to pay for. So yeah, we done that. So that was it. Flight back was a bit of a nightmare though with wee Hattie. It was a late flight, like 10 o'clock, so she's had to fucking greeting and all that. man. But,
How was that on the plane?
mate, on the way out, she's brand new. It's just that when it was late at night, she just couldn't get to sleep and she was like overtired. And see when she gets overtired, she's like, wah, and then she just fucking she didn't know,
Amanda gets like that.
she didn't know what she wanted. And but the thing is, there was like 7 other babies on that flight. I went to go to the toilet to pee and there's a baby being sick and unhappy. And I was like, what back to kids? It's actually not that bad.
Did you? Totally unrelated. Did you see the diarrhea plane?
Right. Kay's dad told me about this yesterday. No. Like, I've been told about it, but I've not seen it.
I don't know a lot about it, but I saw a video of it. Basically, like it was a Delta airline plane that flew from fucking like Virginia or somewhere in America, and they were supposed to be going to Barcelona.
That's right.
And they had to turn around midair because someone had explosive diarrhea right throughout the aisle, not in the toilet, the aisle.
How does that happen?
How does that happen? But fucking imagine that.
Mate, it's literally up the whole... I'm looking at it right now. It's literally up the whole aisle.
That's actually one of my worst nightmares now.
This is
Wasn't it, but now it is.
a new fear unlocked.
New fear.
new fear unlocked.
Fear. Because you're sick.
Don't have spicy food before flight.
Mate, there's a picture. That's a picture, right, of George Bush when he gets whispered in his ear. Mind when the fucking towers get hit and there's a second diarrhea plane is at the tower.
Oh, no. Yeah, what are we here to talk about?
That's rough.
I want to talk more about this fucking diarrhea plane. I think we need a documentary about the diarrhea plane. It's like snakes on a plane, but shittier.
I feel a bit sick.
Mate, I'm just looking at this now. This is a biohazard issue, the pilot said. Wow, it is genuinely up the whole aisle of the plane. There's shit everywhere.
What else have we been up to?
Oh, mate, there's so much of it.
Segue. I will spew.
It's up the whole aisle.
Yeah, right, so what else have we been up to? Anything else?
No, just looking at that, mate. I've actually, do you know, funny you mentioned George W. Do you know there's this wee guy from Scotland called Callum, and his handle on, I don't know if he's on TikTok, I've got him on Twitter, is Callum Abroad. It's just this wee guy for Airdrie, right? And he cuts about the world, like going to all these dangerous places and just taking like vlogging it. See, like, but he's currently in Afghanistan, or he was in Afghanistan, just chilling with the Taliban.
Nice.
And it's just this wee, honestly, mate, you should see his videos. It's just this wee guy, I think he's from Airdrie or Coatbridge or somewhere, just a normal guy. Actually, kind of, he sounds almost a bit Glasgow Uni. And he's just going through the Taliban checkpoints and stuff with his phone out, like vlogging and that. Mad.
What age is he?
He just was, probably.
Wow,
but
I see him here. Oh my god, he's actually posing with
he was out in Colombia and stuff with like cartels. And he's having a pure laugh, like chatting away with them, and I was caught in a hole watching his videos earlier on.
Looks nice. He's like, in the middle of Afghanistan.
He's like, Kabul's nice. Kabul, look at this. Kabul's lovely. And mad. But
whoa.
Fair play.
I know. I'd be shitting myself.
Why?
Holy moly.
I just imagine getting captured, my head chopped off.
Mate, there's just a thing saying here, his video 55 minutes ago, Afghan birds, ... Beautiful.
It's dead interesting.
That's super interesting because he's venturing places that no one dares to go.
No.
There's actually another YouTuber, and I actually forgot his name. It's this bald guy, and he does a very similar thing.
Aye.
Have you seen him?
Seen him.
I can't remember his name, but he goes to mental places as well. Like he's going to Ukraine during the war. He was actually in one of the YouTube videos I watched. He was in Colombia. So there's like parts of Colombia it's like you just don't go to. It's like it's just dodgy. So he's just starting through. Dressed normally, like how that guy, he was kind of dressed in like the Arab clothing, like he's just dressed wearing a shirt, he's got shades on, he's just walking through all these wee stalls. And I was looking through the comments, I was like, it just looks like a kind of pure shithole town, like, or shithole kind of city. I don't really know. So I looked through the comments, and the comments are like, hi, I'm Colombian, I would never step foot in here, even during the day. And that guy was doing it during the day. He was like, even during the day, as a Colombian, I would never step foot through here. And he's just doing it so brass.
Just fucking walking huge, brass boys.
There's a blonde German guy does it as well, and I can't remember his name. And he's a kickboxer, so he can scrap. He's not really get as much fear as the average person. Do you know what I mean? And I think he does jiu-jitsu and all that as
Unless
well. So
they whap out an AK.
Well, this is it. He feels comfortable, he can handle himself, and he knows a few languages. He just doesn't give one fuck, and he goes to like places like Colombia and these places. People are literally in the video saying, turn round, don't go down these steps, go back, don't go forward. And that he just like, is the beach down here? Is the beach down here? And they're like, no, go back. He's like, but is the beach down here? Just does not care. Gets himself in situations, but he's never happens to him. Like he's all right.
It just shows, right? It just shows that if you do anything with enough confidence, you can probably get away with it. Do you know what I mean?
Like, see if you were like a cartel henchman or something, and some very white man from Europe struts down like bold as brass, like, all right, troops. You would kind of almost be like, yes,
all right.
Are you meant to be here?
Yeah, we are all right.
Do you want a coffee?
Okay.
Totally.
I know you, but I see you later, bro.
The extent. I like to think I'm like that. But when a real life situation comes up like that,
Mars be making buttons.
Somebody walked up to me and said, "Walk back." I would walk back.
Exactly.
Yes,
the only time there was one time I was in fact it was very recent. I was relatively brazen, and I do this at like Transmit and shit like that as well, or like anything. You know how where they have at bars where they have the fucking huge snake queues, humongous big fucking long queues, and then there's one way in and one way out. I just go like this, just walk in the out way. And just walk straight, just keep my head down, just walk straight through. Sometimes they go, oh, and most of the time they can't be asked. So they just like let you go. So at Murrayfield at the Scotland game, I was with James and Johnny, and I was just walking, and then the game was about to start. We're like maybe 5-10 minutes away from the game starting, and I was like, it's going to take us fucking ages to get a pint. I was like, I'll just walk through there. Just fucking walk through. What was that? Did you hear that?
It was a cartel.
All right. Walk through. Walked through.
Paul walked through. He said,
we just had like an electric shock thing there. That was so weird. So I just walks through the like in bit, and then I don't even make eye contact with the guy. I'm just like pretending to be on my phone, and I just walk up to the person. I was like, 2 pints of Guinness and an Iron Brew. He gave me it, and I just walked straight back. I love that.
Bold. Absolutely bold.
So again, if you do anything with enough confidence, you just
everyone in the queue will fucking hate you.
Aye.
Yeah.
But
am I going to see them again? Probably not.
No, imagine the next one.
So is that what we've been up to?
That's what
we're up to. Skipping queues and seeing shite in a plane.
Yeah, going on holiday and shit. Aye. One thing I wanted to talk about though was Sam Sulek. Sam Sulek. So he is a man that has recently blown up. He's blown up on TikTok. He's blown up on YouTube, and I think over the course of maybe less than 6 months, he's amassed like 260,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is almost unheard of from someone who isn't already famous. Just a nobody. Well, I say nobody. He was 21-year-old. He's in uni or college or whatever the fuck they call it over there, and he is in phenomenal shape. He's in ridiculous shape. That's probably why he's amassed all these followers. Obviously, he's blasting gear. God knows how much of it. Probably
full of
too much
oil.
For his age.
Yeah, definitely abusing it. Yeah. But it could just be a combination of like he's using a lot of stuff, but he also has really great genetics. But there's a few like interesting things or things that I find interesting about him. Not only just how quickly he's amassed this following, but how the style in which he's done it. So like all his YouTube videos are like 20, 30, 40, 50 plus minutes long. Uncut. Just no music, no edits. Just goes from basically
no Hormozy captions.
No Hormozy captions. He just gets on an iPhone, gets in a car, sits, speaks driving to the gym, goes to the gym, talks through his session, drives home.
It's like YouTube videos 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It used to be. Like Steve Cook not used to do it.
Aye.
Vintage.
That's it. And everybody fucking loves this style of video. And everybody's super fascinated by this raw, uncut approach to like, just doesn't give a fuck. He's just like...
I can only guess the authenticity of what he's just projecting. Because right now, it's tough to get the authenticness of somebody, and I think this is why so many people pop and then vanish. How many people we spoke about in this podcast that we don't even... Liver King.
Yeah.
Right? Like people like him. So I think just because of how authentic he's been, he's not trying to be anybody else but himself.
Yeah.
Like he done a video where he went and he was showing that he can dive off of the fucking diving board.
Yeah.
Have you heard of
the most like
random thing ever?
And he was amazing at it.
Yeah.
And he's this big jack, 230, 40 pound probably, just making this look.
I think he's like 260.
Easy.
Yeah.
He's
I love that.
I love his confidence. He's mega confident, but have you heard him try to breathe?
Yeah.
The fucking hell.
I sentence hasn't finished quick. Sentence hasn't finished quick.
It's oh my god. But that's like, so he's obviously, he's what, 21 now, 20 or fucking whatever age he is, right? You don't just get that big overnight. He's obviously been fucking hammering it for a while.
Yeah.
What age did he get on the gear at?
God knows, 16, 17, and it's dangerous, right? So you think about, he's obviously got a huge influence. There are people that probably will jump in the gear purely because of him. And then like he posts the video up at his diet, and it's fucking like
his diet's wild.
just
Did you see
cereal and milk and
so he's just at the end of his bulk, right? And he's consuming like 5,000 plus calories, which isn't a huge amount.
No.
Like I think, or was it more?
I don't know the exact.
I actually don't know. Don't quote me on the 5,000. It may have actually been a lot more than that. But excuse me. he posted his diet, and his breakfast was like a quart gallon of milk, 6 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Fucking hell.
Right? Then he had steak and ramen, which is like fair, right? We steak and ramen.
Well, the one I seen, he didn't eat a proper meal till like
He went to the gym.
7
Yeah, he went to the gym first, did cardio. He's doing his cardio. Credit to him. Came back. Then he had then he went back into the gym, did a pool session. During his pool session, he drank a litre of flattened Sprite. Like 170 grams of carbs there. He's like, carbs going straight to the muscle. Like, and then just like his diet was just dog shit. Like a genuine dog shit. And then you look at him like you can tell he obviously struggles quite badly with acne. You can even see from like his chest and his shoulders and his face and stuff like that. And it's like, obviously the hormones dripping through his body aren't going to help that. The diet isn't going to help that whatsoever as well. So it's like, people are going to take whatever they're going to take, right? And you can't stop them. People are going to fucking do it. So what to them? Fair fucks, right? But it's the nutritional side of things. It's like people are worried on the internet, which I get.
There's a ticking time bomb, right?
Yeah, people are worried on the internet, but the people that have passed away due to like fucking steroid
Big
abuse,
German dude, what's his name?
the German boy. They don't know if it was between that or the vaccine or a combination of the two. Remember Boston Lloyd? Do you remember him? So he was a guy that like popped off like early in the YouTube scene. And he was like this competitive bodybuilder, and he had one of the most famous 1 year transformations ever. Like it was posted everywhere at the time, so you can find it. Boston Lloyd 1 year transformation, and he fucking exploded over the course of the year. But he was using things like synthol and all that.
Fucking remember that? No one chats about that anymore.
Synthol was like, which for anybody listening that doesn't know is like basically you inject oil into the muscle to make it look bigger rather than the muscle.
People have
being
probably
bigger
seen
itself.
this dude from like fucking the Middle East somewhere, kicks with his tap off all the time, and he's going his pecs and biceps and shoulders. That dude, that's synthol.
Yeah.
So I can get a picture of
Rich
him pop
piano
up.
arms, like
Rich
synthol
piano,
in there.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
They're all,
the boy.
Jesus, man.
So I lost my train of thought there.
Boston Lloyd.
Boston Lloyd, yeah. So there's been people, Ziz, R.I.P. Ziz, he died in a fucking.
R.I.P. man.
There's been plenty of people that have died,
better than Zeus.
and then there's obviously like other actual competitive bodybuilders that barely make it past their 30s due to the abuse of this stuff. So it's people are obviously concerned. But then I think there's a flip side to it as well. It's like, we don't know. We're just looking at it from the outside in. Like, we don't know how diligent he's been, like if he's getting his blood work done. Like, you can see he's getting his cardio done, or he's doing his cardio 30 minutes a day, every single day, which is probably more than most. Quite a lot of the time. He might be out of breath when he's taking his shot off because he's just finished a workout. Like, who knows?
I know,
right?
but
There's many varying factors, and I'm not going to say what he's doing is healthy.
no.
But I also don't want to sit here and say that what he's doing is unhealthy. Yeah, you can look at it objectively and say that, but
I think he definitely could.
we don't actually know.
I think
21 to be that big, and like he openly admits, does he openly admit he takes it?
Yeah, I'm sure
Right?
he has. It's obviously obvious.
I would say-
TNF, who gets a lot of information. He's like that kind of what's the guy that kind of popped off and he used to just critique people's videos and talk about
Greg Doucette.
steroids and stuff like that. He was on Joe Rogan. He done Joe Rogan.
Lane Norton.
Nah, he's like a younger dude. I can't remember his name, man. Anyway, like how he does like the videos where he'll get
More plates, more dates.
maybe it's more plates, more dates. It's more plates, more dates. TNF's like him, and he was reviewing his videos and stuff like that, and he was just saying that about steroids, like we underestimate the power of this drug. We just think it gives somebody a wee advantage and changes their body a wee bit. So that completely fucking changes everything to do with your DNA. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your hormone levels, everything changes. It's one of the most powerful fucking drugs ever. It shows you like the graphs are like someone who doesn't train, someone who trains, someone who doesn't train on steroids, someone who trains on steroids. The person that doesn't train and is on steroids gets more results over like a 3-month period than the person that's training hard as fuck. This drug is wild, the amount of muscle mass it puts on you that quickly. Your body having to then deal with the stress of it. Or all of a sudden you need to create more blood cells.
Yeah,
your heart
humans
needs to
aren't
pump.
meant to be that heavy.
No.
And that large,
That quickly,
muscular.
at 21.
Not even that, but just
man.
like humans in general aren't meant to be
No. It's a
300
struggle.
pounds. Do you know what I mean?
It's a struggle.
But then you look at something like Cyril Gann,
Yeah.
260 or 250,
Yeah.
lean, must be
Yeah.
like about 10% body fat.
Yeah.
Segueing to UFC, Paddy's fighting this week.
Is he?
Is he?
Care.
No.
Don't care.
Paddy?
Yeah, I think so soon. Anyway, but back to steroids.
Paddy's not fighting.
No.
this week.
Let's segue into that because we're
Paddy's
kind of
recovering for a surgery.
Is he?
I'm almost positive that I saw that he was fighting.
No, this week is Izzy, Sean Strickland,
Yes.
Tuivasa, Pedro.
What do you think of Strickland?
I think he's hilarious.
I love him.
I think he's hilarious. He's actually better than 90% of comedians out there. I'd easily say that. He's funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's funny.
Off the cuff.
Did you hear
Crowd
about
work.
what?
He works the reporters like crowd work.
Did you hear about what he did in Australia?
With the fan?
Yeah, with a fan. So someone went up to him in Australia and was like, I can't remember what he said that they said. It was basically like, you suck, Izzy's going to fucking whip your ass or something like that. And he just fucking punches him in the stomach. Uppercuts him right straight to the gut. And he's like, I've been here 20 minutes now. I've already assaulted somebody.
Yeah. Just doesn't get a fuck.
He comes out
Not
and
a
says,
fuck.
he's like, his impulsive thoughts, like just as he's a walking impulsive thought.
Aye.
That makes sense. Like anything that comes to his brain, he just says. Like he was getting interviewed off that Brendan Schwab once, and he was like, "People are fucking too soft these days. Like people need to be abused by their dads more often."
Aye.
And then Brendan Schwab was the first time like people have actually agreed with him, because the internet generally tends to hate him, for whatever reason. I've not looked too much into
Brendan
it.
Schaub?
Yeah.
I think it's because he's no funny.
I've not really looked into
Paul,
it.
am I right?
People fucking hate
So
him
he
though.
does stand up and he's no good at stand up, but he just continues to do stand up and doesn't get any better, I think. Aye. So he was talking about Dana and all that.
Yeah, I've seen stuff about the kind of UFC thing and
He
things like
reports
that.
shit without doing his research.
I've seen the amount of shit that he spoke about in the UFC that have turned against about what's happened. So people have like an upside down Brendan Schwab chart. So like his picks for fights, like statistically it's like an 87% chance it like goes to the other side, unless it's like a pure wild favourite or whatever. Like so people just bet against him and then you'll make your money. But anyway, so I'd seen like mad interview. Sean Strickland, I think is hilarious, and the thing is, like, Izzy actually said it, and he was like, he's probably one of his most dangerous fights because he genuinely has nothing to lose.
Yeah, everything to gain.
Nothing to lose.
He had quite a rough upbringing, Sean Strickland. His dad was an alcoholic and stuff like that. I think he's not really said too much about what he's seen. And he says he's seen some like stuff that you shouldn't see as a kid and all that. So he was brought up with that. He was actually brought up with his granddad being a pure hardcore racist as well. Aye, and he went down that route for like a period, and obviously realised that wasn't normal as he became a fucking adult.
Is that right?
Aye, yep.
No
he
way.
became, and he grew up obviously like quite an intelligent guy, Sean Strickland. Do you know what I mean? So obviously realised that's wrong. I fucking shouldn't be doing that. I don't know quite how he obviously came away from it and whatever.
It doesn't leave you, but it's in your bones. There's a little bit of racism in there.
Aye. So like, he's seen some shit, I think, and he believes in like women work are in the kitchen, women don't work. Like, and I don't know if that's just a joke. He's kind of joking saying it, but means it a wee bit as well.
Probably does.
Do you know what I mean? Wee bit
Definitely means it.
So obviously he's got a missus who he's doing well, by the way.
Really?
Aye, Buzz. He's doing well. I don't know how he's obviously fighting and stuff like that, but she seems to be very intelligent. So obviously she must just get that he's maybe saying it kind of.
Who knows what goes on behind closed doors with any of these things, but even the fact, like, see when as he was fighting Pereira for the first time in UFC, and basically Strickland and fucking Adesanya were going backwards and forwards
at the press conference,
like way back, and he's like, oh, look at him, look at his wee frosted tips and his gay watch.
Why does he break a nail?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I fucking made him mad. And then
he calls him a whore. He calls him a whore. He's
fucking jerk off to fucking Japanese cartoons.
He's a little whore. He's like, he would come out with his nails done, his beads on, like proper, like his lipstick, like he's a whore who'll probably have heels on. Like you can't win against Strickland. This is a thing. He's too good. He's
selling the fight.
See, when you look at Mark Life, he gets more views on his interviews than Izzy is now, but she's unheard of for Izzy. Izzy's usually like beating everybody. It's causing him a
the thing is, it's hard to be a fan of Israel Adesanya sometimes.
Yeah.
Because of the fucking cringy shit that he says.
He is a cringy guy, but I fucking love him.
Level 10 cringe.
Yeah, like I love him. I think he's a one in a million
movie.
Huh?
Dragon Seas movie comes out this month.
Does it?
Cinemas only, aye.
Aye. Probably I'll go see it.
This is actually a good segue into one of our points. Mr. Dennis.
Oh.
Aye.
Chatting about selling fights.
Before we jump onto Dennis, Izzy, Strickland, who we taking?
Izzy.
Obviously, Izzy.
Izzy, aye.
See if Strickland turns into Gaston Izzy. Remember that fight?
Yeah.
He turns into that.
I don't give a
that. No, but that's a scrap. It's either going to be a scrap or it's going to be Izzy not getting touched.
People aren't happy with that fight, which is understandable, but when you look through the middleweight roster and you look through how he's basically been through everyone twice, and it's like he's the only person he's not fought in the top 10. Like,
Dick Pussy. What's his name?
Oh yeah, the Pussy.
The Pussy.
The Pussy, the South African guy.
I'm sure he's only opponent in Kamzat now because Kamzat's moved up. Kamzat?
No, the Pussy.
Yeah, supposedly.
I don't know his actual name.
The Pussy.
The Pussy. The Pussy.
Yeah, Kamzat is his interesting fight.
Hamzat wins that.
Is Izzy fought
Bo Nichols, another
eventually is fucking hell, Gilbert Burns?
Yeah. Wait, it's no Gilbert Burns about it.
Oh, so he is, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he fought Kamzat before he moved up. Sorry.
Come on. Anyway.
So he did.
So Logan Paul, Dylan Dennis. This is turning into like a fight show.
I know.
We'll get to some fitness by the way soon, guys.
Yes.
Hold on for fitness. But yeah,
Dylan Dennis,
Logan Paul.
Wow.
What have you seen on that?
What have I not seen? They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was fucking happening.
Yeah.
Right.
Nor did you probably care.
And nor did I care.
Yeah.
Right. See, if there was one thing that the Paul brothers are incredibly good at, it's fucking selling fights.
Oh, they're the best.
Hyping up. Unbelievable. See the whole shit. But so obviously, so a lot of this is coming from fucking Dylan. Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if it was all a ruse, and they were like,
no.
Did you think?
100% hatred.
It's past it.
Obviously, it's.
He's posting videos. He's misses.
I think the real ruse is the Paul brothers together, and I think that they're building up this kind of hate and animosity towards each other with like wee digs and things here so that they can sell a fight so that they fight each other.
The Paul brothers?
Yeah. I think so. Again, I was talking to my barber Eric about this, and he's Eric. He's a boxing fan, and he was like, I genuinely see that at one stage in time where they are going to end up like fighting each other. And he's like, no, and he says, think about it. So see, like, I can't remember if he said this or if somebody else said this or where I heard it from. So they aren't my thoughts. I'm just stealing them. But no, the movie The Warrior with Tom Hardy and fucking thingy. And ultimately, it's his brother, and they both get to the final and fight each other, and it's like the pinnacle of
breaks his arm.
Yeah, it's like the pinnacle of like all.
If they did fight, it would be the biggest.
Exactly. Think about the money.
But the beef has been. Have you watched the documentary on Netflix?
Aye, they've had an issue with each other for a while,
for years,
and they had an issue with each other on the podcast.
Yeah,
it was genuine bickering, it was genuine arguments, it was genuine disapproval. Because I'm telling you, Logan is trying to fight Tommy, right? Mm-hmm. Which Jake's like. So that's stepping in Jake's toes because really, if he wanted
Tommy Fury.
Oh, yep.
If Logan wanted to fight Tommy, it would happen before Jake and Tommy, right? Just with the way things are going with KSI and all the rest of it. So he wants to. People are thinking, Logan wants to beat Tommy to be like, I bet the only person that bet my brother and stuff like that. And he's doing a few things out of spite. I don't think. Like the relationship they've got with their mum and dad, there's no way they're fighting.
I'm going to paint the picture.
There's absolutely no way they're fighting.
I'm going to paint the picture for you. I am going to paint the picture, and here's what's exactly what's going to happen, right? So, like I said, this beef goes back years, and like brothery, bickery, whatever. I remember even like years ago, Jake Paul made a video saying that he got Logan Paul a Lamborghini. He's like, I bought you a Lamborghini. He's like, see if you're like, he was like, no way. And he'd see after that, he was like, see if you're joking, like, please tell me if this is a joke. He was like, it's not a joke, I swear. That kept going on, it's not a joke. And he was like, mate, like, honestly, like, there's no way, like, I fucking love you, like, I can't believe this. It's a joke. Mm-hmm. And he's genuinely heartbroken in the video, right? Hilarious. And then throughout the years, there's been all the bickering and whatever, right? But here's what's going to happen. KSI is going to beat Tommy Fury.
No.
Next step. No. Because KSI's beat Tommy Fury, he's then going to say, well, if I can beat Tommy Fury, I can beat Jake. because Tommy Fury beat Jake. So then KSI and Jake Paul are going to fight, right? Jake is then going to fight KSI and then beat him.
Yep.
And then Logan is then going to be like, nah, there's going to be more beef because KSI and him are fucking business partners, prime, blah fucking blah. I like, no, and he's like, well, fuck you, blah blah blah. Boom, they fight.
I can.
That's what's going to happen, and it's going to sell fucking so much. It's going to be one of the biggest boxing shows in history with the two shittest boxers in history.
It won't happen.
It's going to happen.
I'll tell you what.
How much?
100 quid.
100 quid.
100 quid.
Paul, capture that.
100 quid. It won't
You
happen.
shake my hand like a
100. I can't get it. Right,
Is that a Masonic handshake?
Aye. No. No. Logan Paul. Sorry, pardon me. Tommy Fury will beat KSI.
He'll kick his head in.
Convincingly. Right. Jake Paul and Tommy will fight again. Tommy beats Jake Paul again. Logan fights Tommy. Tommy beats Logan. That's it. That's exactly what will happen.
I like yours.
That's what's meant to happen.
That is what will happen.
That is what's going to happen, though.
Without a doubt.
Do you want to know?
Don't get caught up in the route. That's Tommy Fury is a better boxer than all of them.
Doesn't shite bag.
As much as he's maybe not his brother.
I've got a baby in the way.
You're all fat, no jobby.
That's what happened. As much as that's fucking exciting, Dylan Dennis after this fight doesn't fight in boxing again, obviously. Unless he just continues. Well, to be fair,
Dennis a UFC
he's not really go
No, he fought in his
MMA
Bellator twice.
But to be fair, Dylan Dennis might kick a boot in the YouTube scene.
Here's
he
the
might
thing.
go and fight all other people and earn some dough.
We're talking about how the Paul brothers are so good at selling fights, right? Logan Paul's doing zero of the selling here. It's all Dylan Dennis. With the amount he's posting about Logan's fiance, Nina Adgal, who I'd never heard of before in my life. Right? She's fucking super famous now. But that's because Dylan Dennis has made her famous, because apparently she was a bit of a fucking...
Well, she's a
bit of a tease.
She's been with like Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know, a few people, right? That was a boyfriend.
Around Hollywood. She's had a few Hollywood boyfriends.
Only a few. So it's like, no, it's that bad, right?
Is it though?
But a few.
She's posting a lot of horny stuff
well,
online.
this is what I'm going to say. So like the
what I
horny
mean?
stuff online, she posts being obviously captured by Dylan.
Yeah.
So he's posting his missus pretty much begging for...
Yeah, begging, but she's like
that sex, you know?
Aye, she's like, what's it she said? She's like, I can't even remember what she was saying, right? But she was basically pure, I'm choking for it.
Pretty much.
Right,
lying in a bed. Lying in a bed
going like, I am choking for it. Like,
but there's a bit...
in that. But here's the thing.
There's something not been released, right? Yeah. And Dylan Dennis showed Aiden Ross it, and he was mind blown.
Did you see this?
Mind
I
blown.
saw the video. I saw
but it's of Logan,
No.
not the missus.
No,
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I'm sure it's of Logan.
No, I'm 90% sure that it's of Nina, because he was like that. If this gets released and like he's like, the fight's over, I'm going to jail, like that type of shit.
So here's the question: has there been lines crossed right as it stands there now before anything else is released, or is it just everything's game because it's a fight game?
Nah, lines. I don't think lines have been crossed.
All's fair in love and war.
I don't think lines have been crossed. It's like he mentioned it before, but I read a book during 75 Hard called The Art of War, and it's a bit of a pure hard read, because it's like, it's just sentences.
Because there's no pictures.
There's no pictures, right? There's no crayons saying 1 to 2, 2 to 3. But it's like just like short wee sentences, and it's basically like how to fight with fire, how to fight with, or how to attack people, how to attack, like different things that there is small lessons in there that you could use in like the art of persuasion or business or things like that, or in combat. Essentially. And then part of the thing he said about that is like getting inside someone's head and attacking them where they are their weakest.
Yep.
Like, and that makes you stronger.
Yeah.
So like, obviously he's seen that he's been a bit of a pansy with his missus and pure crying, proposing to her and all that and blah, 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 and being a bit of a pussy and shit like that. And he's like, let me go in on that. Seen that it's got traction, seen that it's got bites, seen that it's getting eyeballs. The more tickets that sell, the more he makes, the more on pay-per-view, the more he makes. So he's like, fuck it. Like, let me go in on it. Like, has he crossed the line? I don't know. They're fighting each other at the end of the day.
Bringing money in for both of them.
It's the fight game.
The fight's not till
October.
People forget that KSI and Tommy Fury are fighting at this point.
I know.
Oh, he's totally engulfed it.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. He's like, I'm the main card now, and this is the thing.
Which is, but Tommy Fury and KSI get the biggest amount of pay-per-views, so
I'll just sit
back and let this happen.
I want every single bit of that fight to go Dylan Dennis's way. Like, I know I said what I said I think is going to happen, but I want I want Dylan Dennis to win that.
Why?
Because I love him winding up Jake Paul, Logan Paul. I just fucking love it. Like, it's amazing. It's so fucking funny. Did you see when he walked out? It speaks to your character. You and Dylan. Hey,
handshake emoji.
Honestly, like I think he's a boy, man. Like, I genuinely do. I don't think for a second that he'll beat him in a fight. Like, I just don't think so. But I just fucking love it. I just
Logan
love that
Paul
shit.
Hasn't won a fight?
I like Logan. See out the two Paul brothers.
No,
he's the fakest.
Do you think so? Majorly the fakest.
Big fake dude, man.
100%. There's been so much shit with him that's just like he scammed people out of money through those NFTs. That whole thing with the Japanese forest,
guy,
like went into like suicide forests, as it's known in Japan, and like recorded people basically fucking killing themselves or whatever. And he was like laughing at the fact that people were like committing suicide and shit. So he was wearing this like what's it from? Toy Story. No, the alien with three eyes, that hat. So like Dylan Dennis managed to get a hold of the exact same hat and wore it to the press conference and stuff like that.
Then who won the press conference that day?
Easily,
fucking Tommy Fury. Sorry, John Fury. John Fury.
That's another thing, by the way.
Get your dad to bed.
No, he needs to fucking calm it. He needs to chill the fuck out.
100%.
It's causing us.
I think how embarrassing that'd be for Tommy, sitting there and your dad's sitting going, he's golden nuts and all that. Like, fucking, I've got the best balls in the UK and all that, the best balls in the world.
Guy needs to fucking get a grip,
tables and all that. Because he had a glass of wine or something, Tommy says. I knew he was going to be like, I had a glass of wine before it.
Probably. Like, but back on the Logan Paul thing, it's like, I just think from so many different areas, I think he's just a bit of a scumbag. To be honest, and Jake Paul, I actually prefer out the two of them massively. Like I'm actually much more of a Jake Paul fan because I can respect more from what he's done.
Did you watch Untold?
No,
it's good, man.
No, just I can just respect. Like, he's actually like a decent fighter. He's actually up and like, he's actually pretty good. Like the stuff that he's built as well. Like, I don't know. I just kind of rate him a wee bit more. But anyway. Enough about that.
Yes. Do we have any questions from the listeners?
We do have some questions, but before we get into them, I wanted to cover something quite funny that happened to me today. I want to ask you guys first. Like, what is the most embarrassing or awkward moment you've ever had with a client?
The very first thing that comes to mind, right? And it was that old client who was so full of himself. It was unbelievable, right? So full of himself and didn't have any reason to be.
What's his name?
It wasn't Jordan Green. It was
what's his name?
His name starts with a J, right? And so full of himself, so sure of himself, right? I don't think he actually. This is back when I done one-to-one coaching and one PT, and he came in one Saturday and he was just talking and stuff, and I just kind of listened to him. I didn't have much in common with him, so it was one of the conversations where I had to just kind of keep the conversation going and seem interested, and I wasn't, right? And
I don't give a fuck. You're paying me 30 quid an hour.
Well, no.
Every PT conversation.
I'll get to that in a second, right? So anyway, he basically, I was talking to him about cars and stuff, and I had the 1 Series at the time, and I was like, right, I think my next car, I'm going to get a BM4 Series. I was like, that's my favourite fucking car. I love it and stuff like that. He's like, you can't afford that. And I went, what? Like, you couldn't afford that? And I was like, no, I could. And I was like, and I will. And he was like, and I was like, what makes you think I can't afford it? He said, no, I don't mean like that and stuff like that. And I had to say to him, I was like, what makes you think that? He's like, well, just put your earning in the client. I was like, mate, you pay half what everybody else pays. You're on my rate when I first started 2 weeks in the game. I was like, I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years now. I was like, I can afford the fucking BM4 Series, mate. Must have just thought I was earning buttons. Must have thought I was earning absolute buttons. There's no way you can afford that pure looking at me. And I was like,
maybe speaks more on.
I could, mate.
Maybe spoke more on his. Like people tend to generally like share from their experience. Do you know what I mean? Or reflect that upon someone else. Like if they can't do something, it means that what the fuck.
Oh no, he had a very good job and all that. He was doing well for himself.
He's just a wanker.
A bit of a wank, man. Just a complete wank. And that's showing it, and I was like, all right, don't mean that. I mean, like, just insurance to be dear and that, try to backtrack and stuff. Kind of no conversation Like I just kind of didn't know what to say. After that, killed the session. Still had about 30 minutes left, and we spoke about twice that full 30 minutes, and I just kept picking stuff up. I was beaming inside, man. Like, how fucking dare you? I can't afford that. Probably, but see, when I look back now, like, it would have been a stupid fucking choice. Like, it would have been terrible. I'd have been skint, man. I'd have been fucking skint. However, right. It's not the point. He was right. But it was not the point.
You don't
it was so awkward. So then the following week, I got a text at 10 p.m. Friday. But I mean, he'd been a client for 4 years. I got a text. Hi, Danny. Won't be in tomorrow. Joined in the gym. And I think that's us done for PT. And I was like, okay, mate. Fucking fuck. I was so excited. Honestly, I think he was paying me like 80 a month. Like it was nothing, man. And I was like, thank fuck. I just felt relieved. I was like, thank fuck. But obviously, it just felt so like, fuck. After saying that, it just, that 1 week, man, that was mad, isn't it?
It's funny, some people can just like switch off like, nah, it's not,
you must have just been, obviously, I don't know, must have felt weird about the full thing, awkward, because I made it awkward. I said two words at it. I was like, I'm not going to try and give you chat after that, mate.
Fuck you. And you're 80 quid.
Aye.
Shut up your arse.
I know.
Hey, we had, well, not just like, see, people sometimes don't realise the words that they come out of their mouth sometimes, I think.
Aye.
Like, in the way that they say things. Like, when we were literally just sitting out there.
Fucking raging. Boiled my blood.
Evan was, so we were sitting, we were waiting on you, right? So we turned up a wee bit early, we were just sitting chilling in the sun. There's a wee pub around the corner. There's got benches outside and we were just sitting on them. And so this guy, the owner of the pub, whatever, comes out and goes, these are for customers. I just looked at him and I was like, all right, mate. I was like, that's one way to ask us if we want a drink. And I was just like, fucking, I was like, and he's like, fuck, he was raging.
Bailing. I cannot stand people being rude. Like, I fucking hate it. Do you know, see, so actually, fuck you, the Avalon.
Yeah.
Whatever you're fucking
the fuck
called.
They're called now.
Yeah.
Again.
Your pubs did.
Mate, there was nobody there, nobody
no
in
one,
it.
No
right?
one, no one in the building.
Do you know what he could have done? And what we would have done, right, is he went like that, can I get you guys a drink if you're going to sit on the benches? And then me and him would have went, Aye,
that'd have been
can I get a bottle of water or a can of juice or whatever?
Do you know what, actually?
Wild, man.
See, next time I see him, I'm going to chat to him for that.
Yeah.
I will.
Will you? Why don't I do it after?
100%. I'm going to. I'm just it's really boiled my blood.
Do you know what?
Because he'll shite himself.
Well, can I just 2 seconds down the road? So why don't, as soon as we finish, we'll fucking all walk down together. With Paul. He's really big.
Fucking let's go. Let's go.
But
Fuck you, the Avalon.
It's so, like, we're literally just sitting there having a conversation. He comes out and goes, those are for customers. I'm like, mate.
There's no remedies there anyway. We might bring some business in.
Literally nobody was fucking sitting in or outside his pub. And he could have had 2 people that would have, 3 people that would have went there semi-regularly. If he was just fucking nice enough to be like that, here, can I get you
here once a week? We can go for pints once a week.
Exactly. Can
fucking
I get
asshole.
Prick. No. Anyway, Evan, have you had any awkward?
Actually, do you know, I used to train a drag queen, and
he's right there.
he's right there. And I used to train a lovely wee guy, right? But the sessions were just like a wee bit more of like just like a kind of social for him. So he'd pay me for like 3 sessions a week and whatever.
That's good though.
It was good though, really? And I would just kind of I would plan the session. And he would say, he'd be like, no, darling, we're not doing that. And he would just go and do fucking whatever he wanted, right? But
brilliant.
He had that horrible habit of like farting. Like whenever we're on stuff, so we're doing a leg press and he would just turn around and look at me like that. But he was paying me for 3 sessions a week, so I was just going to deal with it.
You're dealing with that.
I'm dealing with that. I'm new at the PT game. This is like first year at Pure Gym, and we guys just took away in leg presses and stuff, and it didn't give a fuck.
He was defo sniffing poppers before the session, wasn't he?
I honest to God, that was an education.
Hoping the session went a different way.
I learned so much
about
like
the queer world,
about spas and saunas and stuff in town.
Oh yeah, shout out Pipeworks.
You go in what dark rooms? Do you know what dark room is?
I could guess.
You can guess what? So it's a room that's dark in a club.
Actually,
aye. What the fuck?
You tell me about the parties you used to go to after work.
Mad fucking orgies and all that. Wild.
Think about it though. Like so, guys are horny as is, right? Think of us straight men. Think how horny you can get, right? Fucking mate. Hopefully nobody's fucking none of my family listen to this. But then, so think if you're a gay
Sorry,
man.
Mum. Sorry,
right?
Mum.
But if you're a gay man and you meet someone, another gay man, and you meet someone that matches or exceeds your current, of course, like
it's just a transaction, innit?
Yeah, pew. It's going to happen, innit?
Aye.
Fucking on yourself.
Wish it was me, man.
What about yourself?
I'm going to go to Pipebox after this and see what's
We'll be all
happening.
going for a sauna, boys.
No, so, in fact, Adam Ash, is
Yes.
rugby player. Hopefully try and get him on the podcast.
Hopefully try and
at
get
one
him
point.
signed for East Kilbride Rugby Club.
Aye. So, I remember one time he posted on his story once, and he's like, just at a sauna, absolutely fantastic, and tagged Pipebox, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, oh, I didn't know there was like, so I clicked on it, and then I was like, oh, right, that's like in town, that's like not far at all. I was like, I'm travelling to East Kilbride to go for a sauna, like I'm travelling to Nuffield to go for it. I could just go into Pipebox, and then like I googled it, and I'm like, oh, right. That is a joke because it's a gay sauna and people are probably bumming each other in there. And I was like, right, okay, maybe not then, maybe not.
This is the first I've heard about this.
Really?
Aye.
Oh, really?
Aye. How much is membership? Is it?
Did he bring one rope?
Is it monthly or pay as you go? Or
Page you go, bro.
does it come up something different in your bank statement?
Using the Monzo business at Pipebox, man.
Sarah's like, what is pipe in your pipe?
I don't know.
They've got good Wi-Fi. I use it for work. Good Wi-Fi.
Aye, good coffee.
Anyway, we were talking about those questions, weren't there?
No, you had an awkward,
We have
an awkward situation, my
we
boy.
have 6 minutes.
An awkward situation that gave me a hot flush when you said it.
Alright, so mine's, I've got a couple of old ones that happened like at the start of the PT game, but I'll go, something happened today. Right.
My God.
Literally today, and that's why I wanted to ask the question. So my lovely client, shout out Danielle, right? And lovely client. I was in with her this morning, right? So we're training this morning, early doors. And then I texted her at like 6 a.m. because I was like running late or whatever. And I was like, be a couple minutes. She was like, cool, no probs. And then that was the last my WhatsApp was on, like active. And then as I was leaving, Katie WhatsApped me, right? And then I went to reply. And then I've obviously just like replied. I've opened up WhatsApp. I'm driving, right? So I've opened up WhatsApp. So I'm not really paying attention. I just go on it. And then I type, love you. And then hit send. And then... And then, then Danielle's received a text from me at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or whatever, with no context, just saying, love you. And then I didn't realise I was going through my message. I'm doing like client messages right before I come out of the podcast. And then I see like, Danielle next day, love you under it. And I'm like, did she send me that? And then I opened up and I was like, I sent her it. And I'm like, and then I look at my WhatsApp from Kate and I've opened her message but not responded to it. And then I'm like, oh, fuck.
That's so good.
And then I texted her and I was like, here, I meant to send that to Katie. And then she was buckled laughing. She went, I figured that. And she went, I thought it was either that or you're trying to send it to Andy or James.
So
I was
good,
like,
man.
I'm going to send
so
them that.
good.
And I was just like, oh, that is fucking so embarrassing. And I don't get embarrassed, but I'm getting sweaty fucking talking
I
about
can see
it.
you. You're glistening.
Listening. So that happened to me as early as fucking a couple of hours ago, which is quite funny. Right, we'll quick fire them. So I asked a couple questions, right, and I got some through. So we'll do quick fire rounds of questions, right? Ultimate pre-workout snack. Go. This is
Less than a minute.
Soreen banana loaf.
You pointing at me?
Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Banana.
A banana?
Banana.
Yeah, banana
Rice
as well.
Krispie Square.
No, overrated is banana or bagel with jam and banana, depending on how long got to go. I'm not even going to ask that question. It's a bit silly. Fuck it, he listens to the podcast a lot, actually. Shout out Expat PT. It's a shite question, though. Would you rather have PVC pipes for arms or burpee broad jump everywhere you go?
Burpee broad jump.
Burpee broad
Yeah,
jump.
same. Danny's basically got PVC pipes for arms. Don't do that.
Nah, I done both. It doesn't count.
In fact, have you ever heard how a Nazi general would tell a knock knock joke before? Have you heard this?
No, how would you tell
so-
that joke, mate?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
We will ask the questions.
That's not it.
Anyway, sorry for that.
I'm the closest to a Jew in this room.
Hey, my grandmother married a Jewish man.
Oh,
so there you go.
Well,
who's winning?
I mean, I've not got a foreskin, but
no, I knew that.
You get it?
Who's winning a 40-meter sprint? Me, Alex Irvin, me, or Evan? He said he's not included you.
Fucking rude.
He said sorry, Dan.
It would be me.
Definitely not Alex Irvin. Alex the neck Irvin. Have you seen his neck transformation?
Yeah, here's how it goes. It goes me, obviously. It goes me, obviously. Alex, then you.
Yeah.
No.
I think Alex has got more pace than you.
No, I'll race Alex tonight.
Are we doing it tonight at training?
Yeah. Fuck you, Alex.
We're going to do it tonight at training.
I'd beat yous.
You wouldn't beat me.
I would.
How much? Yeah. Let's video it.
I'm not doing it today.
Do you want to tell him? Do you want to let him know, or should we just...
Wheels green.
Fucking wheels Mulholland. Get on, I'll let you have it, and then one day you're not expecting, I'm going to run by you.
Last question.
Sally, shite question. How to track calories when eating out. You know that, or you're maybe just asking me to help me out. I don't know about
I obviously is.
Anyway, we'll skip that one. Could I run a marathon without training for it?
Depends.
Yes, it wouldn't be a very good time.
Depends.
Probably. I think pretty much everyone could.
Depends if you're not gone for time, aye.
Yeah. Best way to keep, here's a good question, right? And then we'll end on this. Best way to keep a good mindset when injured / training around a long-term injury. Quick.
Find other things to focus on. Divert your attention.
Yeah.
Yep. Divert your attention, find other things to focus on within training that you can put as small goals that will keep you excited.
1,000,000%. Yeah.
Dynamite.
Do what you can with what you have.
Micro goals.
Yep.
Here we go.
Happy?
Yes.
Yep. And that was episode 53 of the No Rep Podcast.
Let's go, man. Good to be back.
Wait, no.
Shit.
Come on, man.
I'm thinking about time.
How long have we been doing this?
Don't be a hoe. Share the show. Do all the things. Like, subscribe, share. Actually, start sharing the episodes,
Like,
please.
subscribe on YouTube. Give us a comment.
Yeah.
If you liked the episode.
Okay.
Right, goodbye.